Dowa Joyo. Dowa Joyo is a Korean expression that means help me or please help. Dowa Joyo. Have you experienced when you were in dire need, someone reached out to extend that very timely help? Or your simple act of help actually became a big relief to somebody? A few years ago, the Lord stirred compassion in my heart to pray for China. One day, I was prompted to reach out to a Chinese lady in the neighborhood. I saw how lonely she was without any friends, and she couldn't speak English very well. I told her, I teach you English, you teach me Chinese. Then, in our English lesson, I shared the gospel to her, and she accepted Christ as her personal Savior. Later, she shyly shared that she wanted to have a baby boy. But her doctor already told her she cannot anymore. But we have a mighty God. So we prayed, and she miraculously conceived a baby boy. Her Buddhist husband converted to Christianity, saying, I can see that your God is true. Now, the couple is faithfully serving God, reaching out to other Chinese in the Philippines, and we are praying for the boy to grow up to preach the gospel around the world someday. Compassion brings a miracle. We may never know. A simple gesture of attention, encouragement, sharing resources and time with those in need can go a long way in meeting their felt needs and eventually spiritual needs. Not just when we are all well and have access to share, but even in the midst of our own needs. It starts with compassion. And the best example was shown none other than by Jesus Christ in Matthew 14. When Jesus heard what had happened, he withdrew by boat privately to a solitary place. Now, what did Jesus hear that made him withdraw himself to go somewhere and be alone? In the earlier verse, Jesus was told that John the Baptist, his own relative, was beheaded and died. Jesus had to be alone and grieve for the lost. But what happened after? Hearing of this, the crowds followed him on foot from the towns. When Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them and healed their sick. Jesus had his own needs as he was in the human body just like ours. But with his compassionate heart, he was able to meet the needs of others and brought this miracle of healing, and in the later verse, even feeding 5,000 men. We live in a busy world, full of demands, needing our attention every single day, whether that may be family, work, school, friends, self-care. We all have needs. But even in the midst of all these, we can still be compassionate, just like Jesus, towards the people who we come across every day. As we are called to lead others to Christ, our compassion will open our eyes to see the sick, the poor, the lonely, the ostracized, and the lost. So we can ask, Lord, who can I help today? That compassion will bring miracles to the people's lives in their various needs, and ultimately, knowing Christ. Let us act out the compassion. Dowa Joyo. Have a great day.